Yo guys, Jonathan here, and today we are taking a look at some of the best home tech thus far of 2017. So first up is the Philips Sonicare FlexCare Platinum Connected. A huge shout out to Philips for not only sending this out, but also in the dark days of Adpocalypse for also sponsoring this episode. Now yes, this is a toothbrush on a tech channel, but that is because there is a crazy amount of tech packed inside this guy, starting with the fact that it'll connect via Bluetooth to your smartphone. So what's cool with that Bluetooth connectivity is the fact that it's not going to just tell you to brush your teeth for X amount of minutes. There is a smart sensor built within this. It's going to know how hard you brushed, where you brushed, and at the end of it, when all is said and done, which spots you hit correctly and which ones you didn't. So that combined with the fact that it is guiding you through your mouth section by section is kind of cool. Not gonna lie, there are times when you wake up in the morning, you're zoned out, you're half asleep, and maybe you brush the right side of your mouth way more than you need to and neglect that left side, but with this, not no more. Now for those who've caught my more recent videos, you know strokes per minute is kind of a big deal, and this guy is dishing out 31,000 strokes a minute, and to break that down, that is 516 strokes a second, and to visualize that, 1, 2, 3, that is 1,550 strokes that just happened. So you combine that kind of stroke power with their adaptive clean brush head, which is soft, flexible, and just kind of hugs your teeth, and you're gonna have some squeaky clean pearly whites. So next up is the Comal Audio Solo wireless Bluetooth speaker, and specifically I'm taking a look at the one in walnut black. So if you love wood and you love tech, you are going to love this thing. Aesthetically, it is beautiful, and if there were one word I would use to describe this, it would be classy. Now price-wise, it is a little more than your average Bluetooth speaker, but that is because it is more than your average Bluetooth speaker. For starters, build quality-wise, it is using real wood and not some cheap laminate. And when I say it is more than just a Bluetooth speaker, what I mean by that is beyond the Bluetooth connectivity, there's built-in radio, both FM and internet flavors, Wi-Fi, and then what stood out to me the most is built-in Spotify Connect integration. Now specifically for me, why I really like the Spotify Connect feature is you're actually getting better sound quality. That's because you are pulling music directly from the device as opposed to connecting through Bluetooth. And then two, once you're set up and ready to go, you can then use this standalone without needing to use your phone. As far as sound quality goes, this thing packs way more sound than you would ever expect for a box this size. It is clear, it is punchy, there is plenty of volume. On the other hand though, it's not gonna blow your socks off low end wise, so if that is something you're into, you may potentially wanna look elsewhere. But if you're looking for something clear, that's gonna fill a room, is unique and packed full of features, this is your guy. Following that may be one of the coolest home tech gadgets of all time, especially for under 30 bucks. This is the SideClick, and specifically I'm taking a look at the one for Apple TV, but if Apple is not your thing, there's also one available for the Fire TV and Roku. So with the SideClick, first and foremost, what it's gonna do essentially is house the Apple TV remote. What that's gonna do is add some size, add some bulk, and in turn, hopefully reduce your chances of losing this thing. Now in my case, the way I have it set up is the power button is gonna power on and power off the TV. The plus minus will then control volume on the soundbar. The up and down arrows will control the channels on the TV. The source button will control the source of the TV. And then as far as A and B goes, right now I have A to again power on the TV. And that is really only because I don't have a secondary device, but in theory, you could add a Blu-ray player or a DVD player. And then lastly, I have B powering on the soundbar. Now for me, the coolest thing about this guy, aside from the price, was how easy it was to set it up. It seriously took less than 5 minutes. And that is because it connects through infrared as opposed to entering in stupid codes. Now in the instance where maybe you're also using a cable box, this will definitely improve things, but not be the ideal solution. But on the flip side, if you're someone who watches TV and consumes their media through an Apple TV, a Roku, or a Fire TV, this might be just the answer you were looking for. So next up is the Nuimo Smart Home Controller, which looks like it is straight out of the future. So as far as scale goes, this right here is it. It is a super compact, really sleek looking device that also comes in white. What it's gonna do is give you control over various tech products in your home all through a single source. Now as far as what this will control right now, you have Apple Music, Google Cast, LifeX light bulbs, Philips Hue light bulbs, Romfeld, and then Sonos speakers. Once you're set up and connected, it is super simple to switch between which device you want to control. Simply swipe up or down, and then an icon will pop up of which device is currently being controlled. In this case here with Philips Hue, you can see the light bulb icon pop up, and as far as control goes, I can do something as simple as powering the light off or on, or something more complex like changing the color blue. Now hopping over to Apple Music, if I want to play a song, simply press it. Volume. Go next song. So So you can see it works really well. It's pretty instantaneous, and it's gonna give you that next level of control instead of having to reach out for your phone or your tablet. Now again, the ideal location for this is gonna be at the wall or a table or a desk, not to be used free-handedly, but the good news is everything you need to do that is gonna come in the box. Now if I had any complaints, it would be the fact that you do need an active Bluetooth connection to use this, whether it's your phone or your tablet. It will not work standalone. And beyond that, I would definitely love to see more app support, especially Spotify. But aside from that, if you use Sonos, if you use Apple Music, if you use LifeX or Philips Hue, this is a really cool home tech device. So next up, this would be perfect for the best tech under 50. And if you guys are excited for a new episode of that, make sure you drop a like down below. This is the Aventry Bluetooth transmitter, which is gonna allow you to use Bluetooth headphones with your TV. So what this tiny compact gadget does is connect through the audio of your TV and then creates a Bluetooth connection where you can then connect up to 2 different Bluetooth headphones. Now a couple notes, if you pick this up and you set it up and you notice a little bit of lag or a little bit of latency, that is more than likely because your headphones do not support a low latency mode, and if that's the case, they do make a complimentary pair of headphones that is designed specifically for this use. On the contrary though, if you do want to use the low latency pair of headphones, you can only stream audio to 1 pair of headphones and not 2. So if you do want to stream audio to 2 separate sources, you will have to sacrifice the low latency. You can power this through the USB port on your TV, but what's cool with this is there is a built-in battery that should give you around 6 hours of battery life. That also makes this perfect to take on the go. So if you're someone who lives with others and maybe you watch things way too late or way too early and you've been looking for a solution to continue to do that without disturbing others, this is a fantastic option, and again, it is only $39. Aside from that, thank you guys very much for watching. If you haven't yet, make sure you check out this video here where Philips partnered with TED to showcase how cool technology like the SonicCare FlexCare Platinum Connected can help improve lives. This is Jonathan, and I will catch you guys later.